Hello everyone, I'm Manna. This is Maru, that's Momo. I don't see any kittens on the bed behind me. And we're back with more of the letter. When we last left off, Ashton crept through the mansion and got busted by the butler, and Isabella came to the rescue. Whether or not she succeeded remains to be seen. We're about to find out though. So, we can do our journal updates real quick since there's some new ones here. So, let's see. Tuesday, November 1st. Before he could go deeper into the wine cellar, Ashton began to hear voices coming from mirror shards on the floor, mocking him for his failures. Though before he could do anything rash, Marianne stopped him. Belatedly, he realized he had picked up a broken mirror shard. Upon reaching the kitchen, the crying Ashton heard from outside began anew. Unwilling to risk a civilian, the detective handed Marianne his taser and advised her to leave him if he didn't return after 15 minutes, even if he himself was uncertain if he would. Upon reaching the kitchen, the crying Ashton heard from outside began anew. On alert, he continued deeper into the mansion, even if he was uncertain if he would get out of the place alive. The sobs led Ashton to the mansion's attic. In the middle of the room, he found a woman crouched on the floor, crying. Cautiously, he approached her, but as he was about to reach out for her, someone grabbed him from behind. And here we are. It all happens in a blur. The telltale sound of the taser being discharged resounds through the room. The air crackles. Something whizzes by, almost too close to my ear, followed by the thud of something blunt connecting solidly with the other piece. Another object. Blech. The next thing I know, the towel strangling me has started to loosen. I collapse on the floor, dazed and gasping for air. From my peripheral, through the haze of blood rushing and the sound slowly filtering back, the butler buckles. He spasms once. Then, without much fuss, falls face first beside me, knocked unconscious by 50,000 volts of electricity and a fucking rolling pin. Yeah, that's fair. I was gonna say, I don't think the taser knocked him out, but the rolling pin definitely did. He'll be out for a while, and may have a concussion. It's fine. I have no idea whether I should laugh or cry at that. Somewhere in front of me, my oxygen-deprived brain vaguely registers Isabella's form. She slumps on the floor, also breathing heavily. Right next to her trembling hands, both the taser and the rolling pin lie useless and forgotten, while the mood in the room eases. A long, gradual process of the tension lifting. For countless seconds, we remain quiet, with only our short gasps and sighs to fill the silence, allowing the adrenaline to ebb away and both our breathing to slow. Not a true repose by any means, but simply a brief respite. Blech. Words are hard. There's still the curse. We're still inside the mansion, in imminent danger. We still have no idea how to fix this. Outside, the rain seems to only intensify. Lightning flashes fleeting somewhere, white and piercing, and the sky rumbles. No rest for the wicked. Yeah, that's a good game. I need to play that with Shmandra some more. I stir first, once recovered, having regained some semblance of sense and strength. Breathing still hurts, but it's bearable. As is moving, although every small motion causes a wince. There will be bruising tomorrow, I can imagine. I can manage. I need more coffee. That's my problem. I need more coffee. It's only 9 in the morning for me. It's fine. Retrieving my gun from under the bed is easy, but only with some effort. I am able to drag an unconscious man to the far end of the room, snapping one end of a handcuff on his wrist, while fastening the other on the bed frame. I should keep him restrained for a few hours in case he wakes up prematurely. Although, all through this, Isabella stays quiet. In fact, she hasn't even moved. Her hands still shake, and taking in long draws of breath while she stares vacantly in front of her. Almost as if she's in shock. You didn't kill him. It's okay. You just incapacitated him. You didn't kill him. You're okay. Perhaps she isn't even expecting any result, spurred only by some kind of desperation. Now it's sinking in. Unfortunately, we need to get moving. We don't have time to wait for everything to register in our heads. Kneeling in front of her, I give her a slight shake.
Belle, we need to go. You can't stay here.
Slowly she turns, staring at me with wide eyes. Worry flickers briefly in them, along with something ineffable. Then, without warning, she lifts a hand and slaps me right across the face. Perfect. The sound of it cracks the air, shattering the silence like a fragile glass breaking. Despite the familiar rumble of thunder outside, it manages to ring louder above the storm. I don't even know what hit me until my head has already snapped back and my cheek stings with her anger. And it is anger. In spite of the stillness and the lack of words afterwards, not fuming though, never fuming, but the kind that burns lightly and soundlessly. A frustration instead of a seething rage. One that ebbs just as quickly as it flows, and once the tide subsides, there's only that gleam in her eyes. Warm, steadfast, and unflinching. Quietly, I brace myself for the truth underneath that gaze. It slips from her lips softly, nearly fading under the sound of the rain still falling fast, if not for the weight in each other's words.
What is wrong with you?
A lot.
Belle.
If Zach didn't slip up, no one would have known where you went.
Belle, one person knowing is enough. Any more than that, and...
You almost died! He could have suffocated you right then and there, and you could have died.
I told Zach to give me 4 hours. That would have been enough time to...
It would have been too late! And by the time anyone ever finds out, you're already fertilizer!
She trails off, drags one indrawn breath after another. A brief lull as her frustration finally gives, dissolves into something more pensive and somber. Her shoulders droop, and though her voice rises, fucking hell. Her shoulders droop, and though her voice rises hoarse and weary, in her next words there's only certainty.
You count too, you know? When I said that night, when I told you that I don't want to lose anyone anymore, that includes you. Alive. We're still here, Ash. You have us.
And once their meaning fall, roar, it does so not with force of a dam breaking or a raging storm, but with gentle, steady warmth and a hearth burning, Jesus fucking Christ. But with the gentle, steady warmth of a hearth burning, an ember easing slowly, lightly, rising and giving until all that's left is a truth, an understanding. Not alone. Never alone. It lingers, even as we both drift back into silence and her words take root, because in the gratitude that swells after is another warmth blooming. Pleasant, welcoming, like finding home, like finding ourselves in the haze a squall has left, creating something fragile yet immutable in both of us. It's in her eyes, in the way she holds my gaze unwavering, in the way she carries herself despite sitting amidst a place she fears, in the way she keeps herself from trembling and falling apart because fear is inconsequential when people she cares about are at risk. Change. She realizes that now, holds on to it. Another little thing, another small thing from her that may go unnoticed and pass by quietly, but will eventually amount to a lot of things. Tiny gestures that mean nothing at first, but began to matter to me one day, until... Oh, Despite myself, a small smile slips from my lips as the same warmth from earlier unfurls in my chest. Alright. With Mari's shedding right now, and I can feel his fur on my face, and it's driving me nuts. I see it. It's like stuck to my eyelash or something. I need to brush you later. Get some of that excess fur off of you. Unhurried, familiar, and bright from all these years I've carried it, but have never given the words for it.
Stop smiling like that, Ashton! I'm not done scolding you!
But this time they come easy.
I heard all of it. Don't worry.
Are you really okay? That guy hit you a little too hard on the head. Here, let me...
I reach up just as she extends a hand toward my face, catching her wrist in a light grip, drawing it closer, and folding her hand in between mine. Although her expression does shift into mild confusion, she does not pull away like I'm expecting. She simply stares at me, searching. For her to allow a gesture from me that's perhaps too close, it tells a lot of how far things have already shifted in the past few years. Cradled in mine, her hand still trembles. Most of the tremors have already subsided by now, though I doubt they'll fade away this soon. Even as I trace the lines of her palm in what I hope is a comforting gesture.
I'm sorry, Belle.
For what? Is this about what happened tonight? You can apologize later when...
No, well, this too, but it's not just about this. It's for a lot of things. For calling you clumsy, and careless, and a scatterbrain.
Are you sure this isn't a concussion?
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Well, you don't usually apologize.
Yeah, it is very out of Ashton character.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that too. For all the times I've teased you and made you cry.
Unexpectedly, her fingers tighten around mine, our hands falling between us as something tender shifts in the air. Another exhale. Another drawn breath eases out of me, filled with every hesitation and uncertainty. But when I finally choose to break the silence, it's only when I know that what will slip past my mouth is the one truth I will hold against the world.
But for all those callous words, despite all those, there's nothing that I don't love about you. In fact, those things, I love those. And everything that's you.
I mean, it's about goddamn time you two did this, but time and place. Not the best. For a long moment, she offers no response. Her grip on my hands merely tightens. Although my heart's pounding hard against my ears, I take a chance and look up. Slightly leaning away and giving her a cautious glance, more than ready to hear her rejection. And it is one. It's all on her face, in fact. There's a pained aspect to it I can hardly name. Regardless of what it means to her or what she intends to convey with it, the sight of it alone makes me regret ever mentioning anything. It's almost as if she's about to have a panic attack. Not that I won't be able to take it or I'm expecting an answer from her. Anything, I think these past few days have proven how it might never work out between us. Though it's mostly my fault for saying all the wrong things when she doesn't need them. In the end, I just want her to know, that's all. But if knowing will also put a heavier burden on her, I'd rather not have said anything at all. As expected, soon she hastily pulls her hand away from mine. And when she speaks, there's a stark refusal to meet my eyes. Not that I hold it against her. The situation's already awkward as it is.
Ash...
Isabel, it's all right. You don't have to...
No, I'm really, really sorry, Ash. I can't do this kind of thing right now. I'm sorry.
Achievement unlocked. Not right now. You guys didn't see that because it's behind my face cam. Well, good to know I've done something differently.
My family still needs me. My dad just died. And then there's still this curse going on. I'm really sorry. I just don't think of you that way.
Friend zoned. Fuck. Abruptly, she stands up before I can stop her, quickly backing away and putting as much distance between us. She never really makes it past even the door, though. Her foot catches on the rolling pin she dropped earlier, and soon she's landing on her backside with a shout.
Ow!
Are you... okay? Here, let me...
No, I'm fine. It's okay. It's all right. I can stand on my own.
Brushing away the hand I've offered her, she proceeds to pick herself up from the floor, albeit shakily. Still, she refuses to meet my eye, and as soon as she can, removes herself from the attic without another word. Oof. I suppose that's to be expected. I suddenly jumped this on her. He's supposed to be dumped this on her. I bet the last thing she wants to do is talk about feelings when we're still in danger of dying from a curse. Hell, maybe even forget I said anything. Here's to hoping we still have a chance to fix this after we're done with the ghost problem. With a heavy sigh, I follow after her. Power still hasn't come back. When we make our way downstairs, Power still hasn't come back when we make our way downstairs. Tricky, considering the stairs to the attic are a bit old. One misstep and anyone might end up slipping and falling. You're lucky if that's all that'll happen to you. With the stairs this steep, a broken neck is a likely outcome. Thankfully, Isabella's here to guide me through the darkness. She knows this place better than anyone, after all, in spite of all the misfortunes it has brought to us. Christ, Mario, your fur is everywhere.
Careful, the floorboards over there aren't very sturdy.
Y'all didn't fucking repair that? Right on cue, the same board I'm stepping on creaks and suddenly breaks. Pieces falling somewhere with a dull thunk.
Oh, shit. Scumbag wouldn't be too happy about that. Ow, my foot.
See? I told you so. You never listen to me.
They renovated the whole mansion and they can't even replace one tiny part of the house.
Why don't you file a complaint to BRC then?
Yeah, I was thinking the same fucking thing. Like, what?
I'm sure they'd be thrilled to hear it. You know it was such a rush job.
Outside, the winds have intensified. Even from here, I can hear the gusts battering the window in the attic. It makes you wonder why, up till now, the only person we've encountered from this house is the butler. Although, to some degree, that makes sense. He is in charge of running the place. Where are the other servants, though? In this storm, wouldn't anyone want to stay inside? Likely assumption is they're still asleep. The route I've taken doesn't really pass by the rooms they've likely assigned as the servants' quarters. However, they have also heightened security. I brushed it off earlier, thinking they'll be posted a lot closer to where the master's rooms are, but the second floor is devoid of anyone as well. As if every inhabitant of this place has suddenly disappeared overnight. More importantly, where's that scumbag? Looking for his wife? Probably. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. The fact that we're here, right in the fucking middle of it, makes me all the more queasy. And that feeling only escalates once we reach the landing and Isabel swings the door open. She pauses abruptly, right in the doorway that I almost run into her. A look of confusion's in her as she looks wildly around the place, wordlessly taking in her surroundings. With each turn and shift of her eyes, her shoulders only grow tenser, and a look of apprehension slowly dawns on her.
Isabella, what are you...
We aren't supposed to be here.
Sure enough, when I look up, we're standing right in the kitchen. pots, pans, and all. In one corner, Zach watches almost as surprised to see us. Makalo's also with him. Of course, she didn't listen to me, even if I've already exceeded the 15 minutes we've agreed on. Although color and strength seems to have already returned to her, enough for her to be able to stand unassisted. The empty plate on the counter appears to have played a part in that. Good news, I guess. As for the other one, however, relieved as I am that he has had the sense to wait and not venture deeper into the mansion, I can't help but roll my eyes at him.
Zach, I said 4 hours.
I know, but Isabella asked and... Come on, bro, you know I ain't a very good liar.
And it didn't even occur to you to stop her?
I tried, all right? Even G, she was out the door before I could say anything.
And how did you guys even get in here?
Both of them exchange a look, one that I absolutely don't like. In the end, it's Isabella who speaks up, albeit with a bit of hesitation.
We heard someone scream, Ash. It led us here.
Without warning, the door behind us slams shut.
We need to get out of here.
Screw right. I need to get these people out of here. Lucky we're in the kitchen, and we have 2 ways out. The back door and the cellar offers. Except the hatch won't budge when I pull at it, and neither does the back door. As if something has locked it firmly on the other side. Zach also gives it a few tries, but even with the big guy's strength, it won't open. There's a long bout of silence in which we all simply look at each other, likely sharing the same thoughts. We're trapped. Something, or someone, has intentionally led us here. Fuck. In that same moment, once realization dawns in, something shifts again. Blood. Well, red. Not necessarily blood. I don't see any blood currently. In every nook and cranny, over every surface, and in every inch of the floor. On every inch of the floor. This time, unlike the first one I've seen, it remains, and gradually the whole room begins to reek of that familiar metallic scent, sharp and suffocating. Around us, every object, including the cupboards, have started to rattle as well. The sounds from outside, foreboding rumble of thunder, and even the howling winds have begun to fade away, replaced by whispers, shouts, and cries of pain. Though inaudible, each beat and note bombards every crevice of my head with vague images and sounds. There's no time to make sense of everything, however. I'm already shouting, fueled purely by adrenaline, barking orders and making a break for the door that leads to the next room, the dining room. It should take us straight to the foyer, where the main door is.
Move! Run!
Right in front of us, the mansion has started to change, and we're in the thick of it. However, instead of the dining room, like it's supposed to open to, the bedroom welcomes us instead. An image that lasts only but a second before blood begins to seep into the room. Filtering into the walls, trickling from every nook and cranny, everywhere furniture shakes and every beam rattles. Before we can even step back from the horror gradually unfolding in front of us, the door slams shut. A loud thud, bringing a sense of dread and chill creeping up in each of us. Along with it is another realization. The whole place is reordering itself. And with the door closed tight behind us, showing no signs of budging, even through sheer force, there's no choice but to go forward and hope to all gods that it'll lead us to an exit. I mean, there's a balcony right there, just saying. That's an exit. Is it an ideal exit? No, but it's an exit. Until then, running's the only thing we can do, spurred by nothing but fear and a sense of desperation to live.
It's useless, Ashley Frey.
But with each room we pass, it only becomes apparent that the house has no intention of letting us leave. It lured all of us here, and we've fallen for it. Now it's playing a little game with us, a sordid form of amusement. For whom? Their laughters are the only thing we can hear. With every hall we cross and door we slide open, the hope of finding an exit merely dwindles. The gun at my hip is useless here. I am useless here. Some fucking genius I am. Some fucking person to trust I am. All of those can mean nothing in the face of the unknown.
You finally figured it out. Huh, Ashton Frey. Just give it up. I will eventually die because of you.
And you are going to die alone.
I mean, everybody's here right now, so the alone part might not be accurate.
Shut your fucking mouth.
You know it's true, though.
All of it. It's why all you can do is tell us to shut up. You don't want to hear a single word, because you're already aware of it.
Mari's putting my hand to sleep.
You can't even admit it to yourself. Who's the coward now?
But no matter how hard you try, you're not gonna be able to save anyone.
The more gruesome the place turns, the bleaker our chances simply get. Wails and screams fill our ears as we pass by. Words from a time and people long gone, laced with nothing but pure agony, calling out, reaching out to us. Their voices almost too real, as if we're not the only ones trapped here. That there are others begging for release from its wretched place. Or maybe it's all just a show, a taste of what we will eventually be. Souls forever held captive in a never-ending nightmare.
Mother, I've done it, Mother. Take me with you, please. I can still hear her. She's here. Help me! Help me, please!
Is this what the curse is? What it means for all of us? That the letter, not a morbid cry for help, but an invitation? That made my brain hurt. A beckoning for unsuspecting souls to be dragged into this place's horrors, to be put under centuries and centuries of torment and agony. Suddenly, dying a painful death seems preferable, enticing than ending up here, living a tortured existence. Well, if you die at the hands of these spirits, welcome to the collective. Or perhaps it's all the same. Still, hope worms its way into me. Not a usual thing for someone like me. But after going through countless doors and corridors, every little sign of hope I'm willing to cling to, as long as it'll get us out of here. We're back in the dining room again. How long have we been running? How long since we left the kitchen? At some point, I've lost track of time. With the windows barred tight and the sounds lifting in the air, nothing but shouts and shrieks. It's impossible to tell. Mari, you really hurt my arm here. Not that it matters when an end is in sight. Shelves and furnishings bar the door, each stained with blood and gore. And if the situation isn't as desperate as it is, I'll find a different way out. But there's still a gap left at the topmost part of it for a person to go through, as long as you use the shelves to climb.
It's an exit, all right.
From here I can spy the familiar walls of the foyer. Relief. Only relief washes over me. Don't get too excited yet. Although my legs have been strained taut by all that running, and every bone and muscle in my body ache, there's only an easing. A sense of tension relieving while energy backflows through me again at the sight of an end. No sooner I'm leading us out of it. Zach helps McCullough first, assisting her up and through the gap before giving a hand to Isabella. The moment the ladies are in, I nod to him for him to go through.
Go ahead. I'll watch your back.
Surprisingly, he does that without any protests. Not that there's any need to. Sometime after entering this room, the whole place has calmed down. No wails, no whispers. Just a silence too deafening, and I'm not letting my guard down until everyone's on the other side of this nightmare safe. For all I know, this may just be a calm before another storm. Yep, it is. Without further incident, however, Zach makes it to the other side, and I'm following after him. However odd this hush is, I turn my back from it and climb up. It's a tight fit, but I manage to squeeze myself in. I mean, if Zach can fit, you can fit. The unease remains, though. Maybe it's the adrenaline still coursing through me, or how easy everything has been after living through that nightmare, fleeting as it is. But for some reason, something's still nagging at me. Good, it should be. Call it a detective's instinct, or my training, or whatnot. I have a feeling something's going to happen and catch us unprepared. Unconsciously, before dropping down on the better side of the stream, my hand shifts to the gun at my hip. Instinct has never failed me before. And we are going to call it here. Maru is putting my arm to sleep and making my hand numb. And it's been a half hour. So we're going to call it here. When we come back, we will continue. I think we're getting close to starting Luke's chapter, because Luke's is the last chapter in all of this, if I remember correctly. And we haven't done anything for Luke yet. So, how close we are, I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to be really pissed if I start the next episode and it goes to the next chapter. It goes to Luke's chapter, but it is what it is. So, until then, I will see you all later. And remember to do something nice for a stranger today. You just might save a life.